At the excavation, it was so fresh that we thought we could smell rotting meat in one place.
Wild.
Wow.
It's like you say, for everybody with new ones,
Yeah,
that are shiny,
that paint.
Right.
You got it.
we're just gonna break them in for them, right?
That's right.
You gotta just rub some branches along the side
Yeah.
every now and then. Don't worry
They'll
about
buff
that.
right out. It'll buff right out.
There
No
you go.
problem.
I feel like when your machine comes home and it's covered in mud, it shows that you've had a good time, at least to everyone else.
Today's adventure has us out on the Arapeen Trail, just above Mount Pleasant in Sanpete County. It's a beautiful day.
Sure does. We've got family with us today. We're riding with my mom and her husband, kids, and even Will, our videographer, has got his parents and some other family out here from out of country with us today.
Pretty cool,
So
yeah.
we're gonna have an awesome day riding up here. We're at 10,400 feet where it is chilly and windy. So I say we get back in these machines where it's warmer and lose some elevation.
Sounds like a good plan.
Let's do it. What did you think about today? What was awesome about today?
Yeah, seeing the snow, touching the snow for the first time.
You touched snow for the very first time. What did you think of it?
It's good.
It was good. Tell me, where is home for you? Where do you live?
In Australia,
In Australia.
I wasn't really sure what to expect, actually, but it's beautiful, like just really, really beautiful, and really clean air, and just the colors of like the sky and the trees and all the flowers. It's, yeah, really, really beautiful.
You had never been in a side-by-side before.
No,
What was that like for you today?
pretty fun. I'm used to hiking, so it's a bit noisier, but it's nice not to have to put in all that effort to get up high
Uh-huh.
and just to be able to ride along and get there.
Okay. And Utah's great because we have lots of different terrains here too. So you guys are kind of getting the beautiful mountain pines. You know, we're up at 10,000 feet elevation. So there's also lots of awesome desert areas that hopefully you guys get a chance to see some of that stuff while you're here.
Yeah, looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Here we are, airing down again, because it's just a smoother ride. I mean, this is sitting at 8 PSI and it's not even flexing yet. You are 13 years old.
Yes.
And you got to do some driving today.
Yes, I did.
What is that you have in your hand there?
My OHV education certificate.
With your OHV certificate, what kind of vehicles are you allowed to drive?
Four-wheelers, dirt bikes, side-by-sides, and any other off-highway vehicles.
Off-highway vehicles. And how hard was it to get that?
It wasn't hard. Yeah. At least when I took it all those years ago.
Do you remember learning anything from that course that was like, oh, that's important, and you still remember it?
The one thing I remember is when you see a horse, you're supposed to turn off your machine and take off your helmet.
That's a good piece of information, though. That's actually really good. I've come across that situation where we've turned off the machine so we don't spook the horses.
Oh yeah, we did that one time.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we have done that. Well, I think it's awesome that you have that, and you are a great driver. You got the seatbelt mark, like your badge of honor,
Yeah,
where there's no dust and no
yeah,
dust.
that one bit not covered in dust.
You're right.
Absolutely. Yeah, good fun. Yeah, the blue sky, the white clouds, the green trees.
you live
And
in
just
America.
bounce around. Yes, I'm originally from America, but I've never been to Utah before. First time. Yeah, I like this. Now I just get to kind of experience it. You know, I've seen the videos from the show and lots of stuff online and everything. So kind of doing it as opposed to just seeing it's been a lot of fun. Yeah, very easy to hop in a side-by-side and just go. Since today was my first time driving a side-by-side, last night I jumped on and did the Utah OHV educational course, which was, really easy, good. I think it only took me 25 minutes, even with the kids interrupting me. And now I've got my little search for life, so every time I'm in Utah, I can get out in the trails.
You were not into off-roading at all. You married into a family that is, and you're like, well, I gotta get a toy. I gotta play with the family. And so you decided to buy the 4-seater Honda Talon.
Honda Talon.
Why did you go with the Honda Talon? What spoke to you about this machine over all the other machines out there?
Test driving, we loved the ride. A lot better shocks than the other machines we had driven.
Okay.
And the other thing was we had heard challenges with belts, and where this does not use a belt.
I also loved the direct drive. It used to have a smaller tire size on it. I think it was a 28.
That's right.
And I thought the transmission was rather clunky and that the shift points were kind of odd. But when you went to the bigger tire, it was like the machine was made for the bigger tire, because now it is so much smoother, and that clunkiness is not nearly as hard as it used to be. Now I want to point out that we were sitting here right next to this Razor XP, also a 4-seater. It's got the jump seat in the back. I think that the Honda does a better U-turn. So we should do a U-turn comparison and see which one has a tighter turn, because I feel like this one turns like a bus, and I don't love that. Okay, so this is our starting point right here. The Honda won by just a skosh.
Oh, about 18 inches.
Yeah, and which is impressive given that I thought the Honda had the shorter wheelbase, but it's actually a longer wheelbase, but it does have the tighter turning radius, which is what I thought. Not a huge win, but a win. One thing we've got going on today is we actually have in our group, we have a 6-seater Segway side by side with us, and I've never driven one of those. So I'm gonna go hop in that, see what it's like. So Brent, I've got a story that I don't think that you've heard, and my girls probably have, but don't realize that it was here. So this is Huntington Canyon. When Sarah and I were at Snow College, we came on a motorcycle ride here after only knowing each other for about 4 days. We met my dad, my uncle, and my cousin, and as part of that ride, we passed the group of cars that were going real slow, and admittedly, it was on a double yellow line. But about 20 minutes later, one of those cars caught up to us, and it was a cop, undercover sheriff, who had caught up to us. And so we pulled over at the next reservoir, Cleveland Reservoir, and he got out and just screamed at us and yelled at us and told us how awful we were, and then got in his car and left without a ticket or anything. But then Dad says, hey, we don't want to catch up to that guy, so let's take a picture. So we set the bikes up against the reservoir, and that was the first picture of Sarah and I ever taken. And then we actually came back here just last September and recreated the photo 20 years later. So that was this canyon, girls.
Dude, I was planning on being on a dirt bike all day.
So how come you're not on your dirt bike if that's what you're planning to do?
Because the spark plug went out and just bogged out.
Yeah, so we ditched it. So what did you end up doing today?
Just riding along, driving side by side.
Little Polaris Razor, one of the originals.
Yep.
What did you think of that?
It has really small tires, so all the bumps, like, yes, everything's just kind of magnified. I'm not aired down either. But yeah, it does fine. It's a good little machine. I just prefer dirt biking over in general because like off-roading, it's so easy to break something, and dirt biking, it's just like an extension of yourself. Whereas like you're in the Razor, you're in the side-by-side, but a dirt bike is like just you.
Well, I thought the KOA in Mount Pleasant was the absolute perfect home base for this Arapeen trail trip.
I thought the lodge was really great, really beautifully situated among the trees, and walked right in, and the kids ran right upstairs, and 2 bedrooms downstairs were clean, and the kitchen area was perfect.
It really was perfect for like our situation with three kids and a set of grandparents and a set of parents. Like it was the right tool for the job.
Yeah.
Went right over to the pool and had a fun time doing cartwheels into the pool. And for being an outdoor pool, remarkably clean.
Really a great place for families to get together and connect. And it's really nice too, because we could drive straight from the KOA right to the trail, drive the machines right from our home base.
Well, it's so cool to have a property that's really ATV friendly.
Yeah,
They've got an ATV wash station so you can wash your muddy vehicle off.
Yeah.
Well, and plus you're only like 5 to 10 minutes from Mount Pleasant. So we went into town and went to the pizza place and had a really great pizza dinner.
Yeah.
It wasn't like just like a normal road, but it wasn't like 4x4 stuff. It was just kind of like more chill. There was a couple spots where like the bridges were
kind of narrow and the trees were real close together. It was good. It was fun.
So all of this off-road driving and experience that you have, how do you think you'll do when you turn 16 and get on the road?
I think I will do better than other kids my age, because I have more driving experience, but it's different. Because you have to be observant in both places, because out here there's animals and there's other people and there's rocks and more technical things, but then on the road there's other cars that aren't paying attention, so you have to be accountable for you and them if they're not being accountable.
And so it was very, very well preserved. They found it because they were building this dam here for the reservoir. This obviously isn't a natural lake, it's a reservoir, right? Yeah. So they were excavating and they pulled up one of the bones and went, oh my gosh, we got something cool here. And so they had a team of volunteers come out and they dug it up. Now it was so much clay that they couldn't even use shovels because it was just so sticky, the mud was. So they used their fingers to excavate this thing, mapped it out piece by piece, and now it's in the Price Museum.
Oh, cool.
Which is super, super cool. Segway, right, is an electric vehicle company you think of. I think a lot of people don't know they've gotten into the motorized side-by-side.
Yeah, yeah, certainly a surprise to me.
So based on what I'm hearing and feeling, we're obviously belt-driven, which is pretty standard.
Yep.
For most side-by-sides, they're belt-driven. This one actually feels a lot tighter than others that I've driven, especially more than that Polaris. That's out with those other two. Like, this is a really smooth ride.
Yeah.
I feel like both of the other two are actually a little bit more stiff than this one is. It was very interesting at the trailhead for the 66-inch wide trail that this is a 6-seater. Like you got 3 comfortably in the back right here with your wife and kids.
Yep.
But it was the narrowest of all 3 machines.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's got the most passenger capacity of them.
Looking out the window to see that front driver's side tire and the clearance is really easy in this machine. Visibility is very good in all directions.
You're now living in Australia.
That's correct.
Your boys have been raised in Australia.
Yep.
So they're coming up with an Australian accent, even though you and your wife don't.
Yep. First time for all of us in Utah. Day 2, but pretty spectacular day 2. And the boys were very excited to see still a bit of snow on the ground. It's been a great day driving around up here in the mountains.
After all your chatty Cathying, it's time to go.
What?
Let's get aired down.
Okay, we're airing down. You know what? Hey, but Tonya, we're dinosaur country. That's dinosaur land of Utah.
Yeah.
We've never been to the Vernal Rock Rally before.
So let's get going.
I know, it's chop chop.
Chop,
Okay,
chop
we're
time.
airing down. Let's get in, but get in. Quit your yapping. Let's go. Okay, well here we go, Vernal Rock Rally, and I'm with the trail leader today, Lorell Hathcock. And Lorell, my first time.
Yeah.
What trail are we doing today?
Now today it's going to be Grizzly Ridge, Scott.
Okay, and what am I to expect on Grizzly Ridge?
So Grizzly Ridge is really known for its picturesque views. You've got a lot of beautiful landscape that you're going to see today.
Okay.
We always keep our eyes out for the flowers. There's lots of beautiful flowers along the way. High mountain kind of flowers. It's a pretty easy trail.
What's it rated?
Maybe 3 or 4. It's not hard.
Okay. This sounds like it's a good trail for beginners.
Absolutely.
So what made you say, hey, I'm gonna go on the Rock Rally this year? What was the motivation behind that?
My buddy right here in the other XJ.
Oh, okay, 2 XJs, you're together. You hop out, you got this bad looking thing here.
Just front wheel
drive.
drive.
Pretty chunky. Oh, so is it electric? Does it propel itself?
Yeah.
Oh, that's even more cool.
Well, see if it'll do a burnout.
Oh. Dude, I love it. great day. It's beautiful out. We're wheeling along. Everything seems to be moving okay. We're stopped for lunch.
We haven't lost any people along the way, like 100% retention rate.
Haven't lost anybody and no one fell over an edge. The views up here are stunning.
Aren't they?
So I was born and raised in northern Israel as well. When I moved here, I just purchased a Jeep and started exploring by myself. And that's where the first time she was Jeeping.
Yeah.
She was just exploring with me when she came visit. And that's how I met Rachel and Lorell, and they introduced me to their group, and the world is open. Exactly.
You're part of the club.
Absolutely.
I'm excited.
You're excited.
You know, before we do a stop, and I look the view, and I put the song Hebrew.
Okay.
And I'm start to cry, no, because I'm sad.
Yeah.
Because I'm so excited to see all the view.
The view.
I feel I am in dream.
So I was really kind of a little nervous when we first started doing this until we connected with other people that were doing it. And it's a whole lot safer when you get to know people and you trust them.
Sure.
And then they're telling you what to do. They're telling you where to put your tire. They're telling you, it's okay, you shouldn't go over this cliff right here. I'll try to make sure that you don't. So my perspective is this is something that we wanted to do together. We wanted to be adventurous. We've always been adventurous, but just never had the vehicle to do it. And so as we kind of leveled up and had people that helped us out and made us part of their community, it helped us grow closer together. It helped us feel a part of things. And so that's why we like to be out doing that for other people.
We spend the money together. We crash, we break things together.
That's the way I say it too. Tonya may disagree, but I say we broke it together.
Right.
Yeah.
Buddy, you were right there with me.
Right.
Really makes places like this accessible to all people.
Yes.
You know, you may have a disability,
Yes.
you may have an illness, like I've got a mild case of diabetes.
Sure.
I really wouldn't be able to get out and see something like this if I had to hike all the way in. But here we are, we're enjoying, you know, this great state.
Yes.
We're enjoying the outdoors, and we can do it regardless of our skill levels of other things. We have these rigs. Doesn't have to be a Jeep. It could be other things. We prefer a Jeep, but hey, you know, nobody's perfect.
We're open.
Nobody's perfect.
Well, we look forward to the rest of this.
Yeah.
Whatever challenges that's going to bring, but you know what? Again, I'm just soaking up the view. We're soaking up the good time.
Exactly.
We're just soaking up the just great socializing with good people.
Yep. Yeah.
Awesome.
Exactly.
I give a double thumbs up.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Cool.
What a great time today.
Yeah, we love it, and we hope everybody else does too. So that's really what it's about for us.
It is. It is.
And I'd say that even if I wasn't on camera.
All right. I didn't even have to pay him. Well, it's a pretty cool little pond right here. Do you know much about this? It's supposed to be a private one. I see a cow sitting over there on the other side.
Yeah, that cow is the guard for the private pond. So we don't want to cross that cow because he'll tell on us.
Little one there. It's like, I'm not getting out of your way. I managed to find one really big old nice cow pie, and I managed to drive through it, and I have slung cow all over the side of my Jeep.
Well, that sounds like a personal problem there, doesn't it?
Okay. There. Now I can do it. Look at that. I know. All over the windshield. There isn't a spot of mud anywhere on this trail, but I did find the cow pie and the fresh one at that. I think it was even still warm.
Why do you do these things to my Jeep?
That was a great trail, Tonya.
Yeah, it was.
I love that. And Rachel and Lorell are great trail leaders.
Oh, I think they're one of the best.
Yeah,
Yes.
they did
They're very
such a good
informative.
job. We got up as high as almost like 9,000 feet on that trail. So beautiful. Well, I'll tell you what, I think we're gonna air up right here and then let's head on down into town because there's a vendor show and a show and shine going on. Yeah, let's do it. Hey, here we are, everybody. Vernal Rock Rally. We are at the Show and Shine and the vendor show. This is a party here. This is a lot of fun, and I'm here with my good buddy, Michael Burns.
Yes, sir.
Code 4 LED.
How are you, Scott?
You guys are a new sponsor to AYL.
Yes, we are.
And I'm really digging it because you guys got cool stuff.
Yeah, we like it.
Yes, you light up the earth. You light a 360 path around all our vehicles. Anybody who wants to go in with it, you've got everything from headlights to cube lights to light bars to rock lights and colors. And I think that's super cool because I want something that I can mount the lights to and be able to put them on the Jeep, whether it be 1, 2, or however many they do. Well, we're going to look deeper into that. One of the cool things of Code 4 being a sponsor of AYL TV is that they will now be supplying a $250 gift certificate, and we happen to have one. I think we ought to start right here, right now.
Let's do it.
This week's sticker winner is Stacy Salmon. Stacy, congratulations. You're the lucky winner of a $250 gift certificate to Code 4 LED. Hey, don't forget, call us, email us, or find us on our Facebook page and let us know. You got 2 weeks to turn that in. We want to make you a winner. Michael, thank you.
Thank you,
We
Scott.
look forward to it.
Yeah.
I can't wait till we do all this stuff. It's going to be
super
fun.
Cool. It's going to be a good time.
Look at that. Can I sit in it?
There's your good Scott right there.
Dude! Oh man, I want one.